that's how my day go so far. So yung oras ngayon is around 9:45. And hindi pa ako nakakaligo. Kasi usually ako yung huling maligo. Sa tatlo kami magkakapatid. So, bago yung lahat, mag, pag-usapan muna natin yung UN, Sustainable Development Goals. So, yung UN SDGs, or Sustainable Development Goals, ginawa siya to have a framework as a response to complex problems na meron tayo. So, 17 siya, SDGs. Pero dito sa personal life ko, sa mga ginawa ko so far, I could link 3 UN SDGs. Una is yung Zero Hunger, yung second SDG. Pangalawa is yung good health and well-being, yung third, and yung clean water and sanitation. So kita naman natin Zero Hunger kasi at least lahat naman kami nakakakain. And then part pa rin naman ng good health is yung nakakakain ka and then maayos yung kinakain mo, masustansya. And then syempre yung pangatlo, clean water and sanitation. Yun nga, nakita nyo nga dun sa montage na laging merong effort palagi na every after kumain kailangan ilinisin mo lahat ng kain. So, ayun pa lang naman so far. So, after nito, we're going to talk about yung mga dalawang bagay na ginagawa ko din madalas araw-araw. Stay tuned. So hello guys. Ayun nga. We're back and kakatapos ko lang mag-lunch and then maligo. So, yung time is around 12:30 na. And yung ganitong oras is usually yung time na pinaka-excited ako sa araw na to kasi I'm either studying, I'm either on social media, video games, or nagbabasa ako ng books. So, kung paparallel natin sa SDGs ng United Nations, dito ko nakukuha yung quality education. And guys, ayan na, nakapag-set up na ako ng mas maayos na angle para maintindihan nyo lahat. So, ito na. Yung time of the day is 12:40 plus na. And then, ito usually free time lang yung ginagawa ko. 12:30 hanggang mga 4:30. Kasi around 4:30 nag-exercise na ako. So, usually yung ginagawa ko dito, pag may pinapagawa sa akin chores, yun yung gagawin ko. Tapos, kapag meron akong exams, nag-aaral ako sa academics. Pero kapag break time naman, or wala naman ako masyadong gagawin, usually nasa social media ako, or nag-video games ako, or nagbabasa ako ng book. So, doon usually nagre-revolve kapag wala naman, hindi naman kami lalabas, hindi naman kami aalis. So, ano yung usual, or ano yung SDGs involved dito sa ginagawa ko to? Yung una is yung quality education, and syempre yung number 8 is for decent work and economic growth. Bakit yung dalawa na yun? So, quality education kasi alam naman natin na students lang din ako. So, I also have that ethic or that proclivity para mag-aral. Tapos, syempre ginagawa ko rin naman to para sa magkaroon yung sarili ko ng decent work. So now, na-relate ko na sa SDGs yung ginagawa ko sa pang-araw-araw. I'm going to share what are the things that I learned sa pang-araw-araw na yun. So, I told you a while ago na I read books, novels, and such. So, I'm going to share three key books and yung lessons na natutunan ko dyan. So, yung first book na I wanted to share with you guys is yung Gapo. So it is a novel by Luwalhati Bautista, and it talks about racism, and at the same time it also talks about kung paano yung mga Filipinos are living sa American dream. Yung kumbaga we have we have that proclivity na maging American or try to live being American. So, yung story na to revolves around 3 important characters in my opinion. Si Michael Taylor Jr., si Ali, and yung pangatlo is si Modesto. So, si Michael Taylor Jr. is anak siya ng isang government infantry na Amerikano. So, iniwan siya nung tatay niya, and naiwan siya sa nanay niya, which was hostess ng isang bar na Freedom Pad. So, from that point on, nagkaroon ng resentment si Michael Taylor Jr. sa mga Amerikano, kasi sobrang iniwan siya, tapos sobrang naging mahirap siya noon. And then, it goes to show na hindi naman lahat talaga ng Americans ay sobrang babait sa Filipinos. Second is yung si Ali. Si Ali, isa siyang bakla na nais niyang magkaroon ng isang decent American life para sa pamangkin niya. So, ang nangyari sa kanya is, she always chases the dream na magkaroon ng American na husband. So, along that process, marami siyang natutunan na hindi, ang tunay na pagmamahal pala, hindi naman pala all about yung superficiality na kung sino yung magiging asawa mo. And thirdly, si Modesto, which is yung representation ng isang Filipino family. Filipino family man, to be exact. Na gusto niyang mabigyan yung pamilya niya ng isang magandang buhay sa pamamagitan ng pagiging miyembro ng army. So, dun sa army na yun, natutunan niya na yung mga Amerikano pala talaga ay sobrang hindi maganda yung pagtrato nila sa mga Filipinos. So, dito pinapakita yung extent nung libro na to, pinapakita yung extent nung hindi magandang pagtrato and yung some of the bad influences ng Western culture sa atin. So, yung isa pang book na gusto kong i-share is 80-20 Rule. So, sinula siya ni Richard Couch. So, revolutionary self-help book siya in a way, kasi yung main premise niya is all about, sinasabi na 80% ng results na meron tayo sa buhay are just a product of 20% na effort na binibigay natin. So, nagbigay sila ng examples na sinasabi na there are hindi lahat ng results na meron tayo sa buhay are actually very balanced. So, isang personal example na sinabi niya sa book is that usually yung productivity natin sa isang araw, given na 24 hours ang meron, usually there are specific periods lang na meron tayo. So, for people like me, for example, usually, mga students, usually yung pinaka-productive time daw is yung 2 hours after kang gumising. That's where you have the most productivity. So, ang sinasabi lang dito sa book is, you have to maximize yung times kung kailan ka maging productive. So, basically, yun yung key idea na gusto kong i-share sa inyo with that book. Tapos, yung another book that I want to share to you is yung The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. Oh, yes. Hindi ko pwedeng sabihin yung word na yun, censored. Ayun. Yung gist nung book na to, sinasabi na it's not about not giving a care about anything in life, pero throughout our life, there are things in our life na we care about. We have priorities, and throughout our lifetime, ang daling mawala sa mga priorities na yun. Madaling ma-shift yung mga priorities na yun kasi iba't ibang tao yung pupuntahan natin. Pero yung unang gusto kong i-share sa inyo is you have to know what your priorities are. Kasi yun yung sinasabi ni Mark Manson dun sa libro niya. But secondly, sinasabi rin dito na to an extent you have to get over yourself, na hindi ka pala ganun ka special as you think you are, and lahat ng tao may kani-kanyang degree of difficulties or problems in their life. So in living life, you have to recognize na each people have their own advantages and disadvantages. And at the same time, ang third key thing na gusto kong i-share sa inyo is, sinasabi dito sa book na to is, life is all about suffering. Life is all about problems. Life is about never-ending problems. And to have a great grasp of life is just about answering the question, anong problems yung gusto kong isolve in the future? Or anong problem yung gusto ko na meron ako in the future? In that way, magiging mas okay daw yung buhay natin. So, ayan. So, yun. Lastly, yung aside from, the books that I read, and aside from studying, usually nasa social media din ako. So, yung biggest question that challenged me there is, how do we fight yung social media addiction na sinasabi? To me, it's simple lang. What I do is, gumagamit ako ng app, yung off time. So, check nyo sa Google Play or sa Apple yan. Usually, it helps you schedule kung kailan ka pwedeng mag-pick up ng social media or not. Kasi kapag sinet mo na yung off time, hindi mo na pwedeng buksan yung mga apps na sinet mong hindi pwedeng buksan. So, it helps my productivity more. Tapos, sometimes it's just not just about yung addiction na meron ka sa social media. It's also about the quality of the content that you get from the social media. So, how do I make sure na I get quality content na walang fake news, walang bad content, inappropriate content na nakukuha ko sa social media? So, yung ginagawa ko is lahat ng mga media outlets, media sources like news, yung Enquirer, Reuters, Al Jazeera, naka-see first siya sa akin lahat. So, in that way, makikita ko agad yung real-time updates about the world. And at the same time, na madali yung tool na yon is maganda rin siya para ma-declutter yung yung social media ko, para maging useful content lang din naman yung meron. Pero ayun nga, social media helps us a lot, and especially during this time. So yun lang is, we have to make sure that the content or the quality of the content na meron tayo is very good. So ayun lang, that's what I wanted to share at this point. So later on, i-share ko naman sa inyo yung ginagawa ko para pag-maintain pa rin ang health. So nag-exercise ako, and usually around 4:30 gagawin ko yan, and stay tuned. So guys, it's 4:30, so it means na mag-exercise na tayo. What I do is, meron akong chest exercise, nag-push-ups ako, 60 repetitions, tapos meron din akong chest exercise, tapos meron akong sinusunod na YouTube video para sa lower ab workout. Check nyo na lang. Tapos gumagamit ako ng dumbbells. Ayan, yung merong isang maliit, tapos merong malaki. So, let's go! Tapos na tayo mag-exercise, so it's around 6 p.m. And as we all know, exercising is Sustainable Development Goals number 3, which is good health and well-being. So to me, bakit SDG number 3 siya? Kasi it gives me 2 key effects yung exercise. Una, it gives me more energy throughout my day or throughout my week. But pangalawa, it lessens the tendency for me to be anxious. So, hindi ako nagiging mas anxious. Nagiging mas clear yung utak ko. So, it's important for me from day to day kasi pag hindi ako anxious, mas nagiging maayos yung decision making ko sa life. So, with that being said, I'm going to wrap things up. Pero bago ko muna gawin yun, magpapalit muna ako. Kasi sobrang pawis ko na, maliligo muna ako. And then I'm going to answer some of the questions that is really important during this ECQ.